Hello, hello. Welcome back.
Welcome. All right.
Okay,
Who's
let
introducing
me.
this one? I forgot.
Oh, it's my week.
Okay, cool.
So let me get my screen on. Oh, did we decide which? We didn't decide which quiz we want to do. Do you want to do the one that's create the perfect ball and we'll reveal which Jane Austen guy will take you to it?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay. Let me send you the link to it. Where's the chat?
Okay, cool. I got it.
All right, and I'm
All
gonna open that up. One sec. 1 sec. All right, I am ready to start recording.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, hit record.
3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Claudia and B. That's Claudia.
That's me.
And today we are going to do our last episode, our real last episode of Northanger Abbey. So this week we watched obviously Northanger Abbey, the one that came out in 2007, and I think it's the most popular version of all the different movies they have. So we're going to dive into that in a second. First of all, let's do a little tea talk. Do you have any tea or a drink with you today, Claudia?
I have water today, so I'm super fancy.
I like it. I'm not very good at actually having tea for these things. So I have like a BCAA mixture in my water as well. So no tea this week, but we'll still have tea talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start off by talking about our obsessions.
Yeah.
What is your weekly obsession, Claudia?
So I found on Etsy, I posted it on our Instagram, but it's like a super adorable piece of art that's like the ABCs of Northanger Abbey. And you guys should go look on our Instagram, Tea with Claudia and B, but it's by Pemberley Pod. And so I just love it so much. So I'm going to print it out and hang it in my house. But that's what I was obsessed with this week. I was like, I love finding Jane Austen art, and I just thought it was really like a cute piece and adorable, and yeah, I was really happy with it. And a lot of people on our Instagram really liked it too. So
yeah, that one is so. I think a lot of people were kind of dazzled and wanted to buy their own. Really cute.
Yeah, it was so cute. So I can't wait to like print it out and have it in my house, in my apartment. So yeah, so that was my obsession.
I like it. My obsession for this week, it's another book, because apparently I just really get obsessed with books, but it's this book series called Children of the Promise, and I love it so much because, one, it is telling the story of World War II, which for some reason I have just like this deep love and affection for all history around World War II. Totally sad history, but I'm just fascinated by it. And it takes my favorite format of historical fiction, where they take the characters. There's this family, and the family's fictional, so anything can happen to them, but they're placed in real events throughout history. So you get like the history side of it, and then their story and all this stuff. And so you can take liberties by telling the story, but then you also like get the real story as well. And I'm just obsessed with it. So it's called Children of the Promise, and it's a family during World War II. And so all of the kids, like several of the sons, go to serve in the military. A daughter is a nurse in Pearl Harbor. The dad is like running a factory back home that's producing wartime parts and things like that. So it's just like telling all of the different angles of World War II, and I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. So that's my obsession.
Have fun. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I love it. Cool.
Okay. That was like the shortest obsession we've ever had. What has happened to us this week?
I think we're just really tired.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're just really sleepy. It's fine.
Okay, you guys, we'll get through this, but
gosh. Oh my gosh, so funny.
Okay, well, let's, as the sleepy girls that we are, let's just get to the point.
Okay, so Northanger Abbey, 2007. Love this version so much.
This one was really fun.
Yeah, I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's aesthetically pleasing. I think the acting is really, really well done. The first thing right off the bat is I love the magical music. I just think it
Oh
like
yeah.
fits so well with the movie, and I love that. I think
Mhm.
it's yeah, that's one thing I love about Northanger Abbey is it's definitely the most, I would say, like fairy tale out of all the Jane Austens, you
Oh
know.
yeah, for sure.
But it's because that's how Catherine is, you know, she's so into her stories and her fairy tales and all of that.
Mhm.
And I love that so much. And I love the naivete of it. I think
Mhm.
it's so fun.
It
So
is.
that was the thing I noticed right off the bat is how beautiful it was and also the music. I just loved the music.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'll have to get the soundtrack. Hopefully I can find it. So
I'm sure you can.
yeah.
So this one is starring Felicity Jones and JJ Field, and I loved the cast choice in this movie. I think
Mhm.
they did such a good job. Um, they had some, well, I guess in 2007, some of the actors were a little less known and now they're more popular, but they just had a
Mhm.
great cast that came together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I agree with you. I really liked the whimsy of this one. That I guess every movie we've watched has had more of that than a Jane Austen movie usually is
Yeah.
associated with, but it's
Yeah.
been fun. So this one in particular, this is the most well-known one. How do we feel that the plot points kept with the book or took liberties? Like, what do you think about that?
Mm, I'm struggling to think. I did notice that at least I could be wrong because I'm often wrong, but I didn't hear his quote, my favorite quote of the person, be it gentleman or lady, who does
Who's
not.
intolerably stupid?
Yeah, I didn't hear the quote about the books. So that made me sad.
Now that you mention it, I don't think that was in the movie.
I didn't hear it.
Why would
That
they
was
take
very
that one
sad.
out? That's like the most popular quote from that book.
I know. Maybe it's in a deleted scene.
Oh, yes. Do you remember back in the day when you would pop
Mhm.
a DVD into the player and you would like go and always watch the deleted scenes? And if you really
Mhm.
loved the movie, you would watch the whole movie with the audio commentary on it.
Yes, I remember doing that with Lord of the Rings.
Oh my gosh, me too. And My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That was one of the most delightful to
Yeah.
watch the
Oh,
audio.
that was fun too. I love that
Mhm.
movie. That was really good. I remember My Big Fat Greek Wedding, like going to Walmart and to Target to try and get it because it was sold out everywhere
Oh my goodness.
before, yeah, before like Netflix was a thing and all of that, before you could like
Mhm.
get streaming stuff. Like the
Back in
DVD
the
was just sold out
inconvenient
everywhere.
days. I remember
Mhm.
seeing it in the theater, and then every time that I went back to the theater for several weeks, I would sneak in and watch it for a couple minutes wherever it was when I was, like, leaving the theater. I
Oh,
was like,
really?
"I have to watch it some more," so I'd go in and watch it for a
Uh-huh.
little bit, and then I'd get scared
Yeah.
that I was gonna get caught and go to hell, so I'd sneak out, so
Yeah, it's a cute movie. That's a cute movie. I love that. I love it.
That's really good.
Um, but other than that,
I feel like
I didn't write down any of the stuff
the
that I
plot points.
noticed. No.
Okay, well, I think that I mean, obviously they had to trim some things out or kind of like adapt it to
Mhm.
film as you always do, but I think every point was pretty much the same. You
Yeah.
know, like they didn't
Yeah.
have to change anything, which is nice in one of her shorter novels because they can do that. Like it's really hard in Pride
Mhm.
and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility films to have them do the story perfectly because there's just so much to it. But in one that's a little more simple like this, that's pretty easy to
Uh-huh.
adapt.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's pretty good. So I noticed this. I actually Marco Polo'd B about it, but Mrs. Allen is Fanny Price in the
Oh yeah.
1983 miniseries Mansfield Park, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's her. How
Hmm.
cool! So
Oh yeah,
I
that's
loved that.
actually that's a good one. We have the 6 degrees of Jane Austen we could talk about because there's a couple
Uh
of them in
huh.
this one. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
our little Fanny Price. So
Mhm.
so cute. Which
Mhm.
I'm glad that you told me about that before because I was like, oh my goodness,
Uh-huh.
so cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved that. Because I was like thinking she looks familiar. So then
Hmm.
I Googled it and then made the connection. I was like, yes.
Hmm. And then we have, of course, JJ. Is it Feld or Field? Feld, right?
I don't know. Let's ask him.
Okay. Oh my
Can we
gosh.
just text him?
Oh,
Can you
he's
imagine?
so, if you did that, I would literally have an aneurysm right now. I'd
I
be
know.
like, what?
I know. He
He's
is so cute.
so cute. But he was in Austen Land, which is,
That's
recent,
right.
which I think that's one of my favorite parts that like characters I've ever seen him in, because it's so
Yes.
just he's so cute.
He is so cute. Such a cutie. Yeah, I love that one. And then isn't Isabella one of the sisters in the awful 2005 Pride and Prejudice?
She sure is. She plays
Okay.
Kitty.
Okay. I thought it was Kitty. Yeah.
They're different girls, right? But I always get her confused with the sister that's in Bridgerton. I feel like they're the same person. They're not, but I feel like they are.
Which sister in Bridgerton?
The feminist writer's sister.
Eloise.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like they have the same face.
Really? I feel like they don't look alike at all.
Really?
Yeah, because
Like,
one of them's
totally.
brunette and one of them's blonde.
Well, yeah, but their face is the same. Maybe that's it. Maybe they just changed their hair. It's like how Mock and Rob have the debate if we're different people or not. I feel like they're the same person. I know
We're
they're
not the same person, Rob.
We're different people.
I really wish we could crash their radio show and freak them out. Wouldn't that be fun?
That really would. I bet we could get Hammer to let us in.
I know. But I seriously, what's the point of us going to Indiana though? You know what I'm saying? Like
literally just to see them. There's nothing else I'm interested in there.
I know. Which sucks. I wish that it was in a cooler place, but oh well.
Oh. Yeah.
I know. Oh well. It's fine. Yeah.
Who else is there on here?
Felicity
Jones. I'm looking through the cast, trying to figure out.
Was Frederick in anything? He looked familiar.
Oh, yeah, her brother. Crap, what was he in? Not Frederick.
Or James.
Yeah, James was in something else, and I remember making them help.
He is such a good James, I think. Because his little face, he looks like a little puppy. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, and they definitely
he has the
play up like
vibe.
and they definitely play up like his naivety. Oh, he was in Chocolat.
Oh,
he was the priest.
Oh, okay. Also, go ahead. I haven't seen that movie in like decades.
Oh, that's one of my favorite movies ever, but really? I've never seen him in another movie. This is the first one I've seen him in since.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I love the Catherine. Oh my God.
In this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think perfect casting. She's just like doe-eyed, but also, I don't know. I love her. I like her a lot.
Oh, and she's in The Theory of Everything. Okay. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Gosh, that is, I've only seen bits and pieces of that movie, but what's his face in that movie? His acting is like, whew, so good.
Oh yeah, homeboy that was in Les Mis.
Oh, is that Marius?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his voice sounded like a Muppet, but not his fault. He didn't cast himself, so I don't know. And I think something was weird with the audio. Didn't they sing like live? I think that's why everyone sounded weird.
Yeah, they only had like a piano on set and they sang live because he didn't want which is an interesting choice.
It's like, I mean, for some of it worked, but it's like, but if you don't have like professional singers, it's gonna sound weird.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion about that movie. I actually think Russell Crowe did a better vocal performance than Hugh Jackman.
Oh God, I can't even stomach any of Russell Crowe's performance. Even his acting, I was not a fan of. Like,
really?
So, not at all.
Oh, I thought his acting was really good in it.
I didn't at all. I couldn't.
Why not? Why didn't you like it?
It was too like plain. I don't know, like too laid back. Javert, like the thing about Les Mis is that what's important is even in your speaking voice, or I guess, well, there's no speaking, sorry. I'd like, even if you're talking on rhythm, like the da 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 da, you know, you need to really focus on your consonants and spit the words out, and that's what makes it powerful. And there was none of that for him. It was like very no 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 but like it was like a word salad, you know. It really needed to like pop. So that was my thing. And like with Hugh Jackman, at least like the consonants were like pow 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 pow, you know. But Russell Crowe was just so in the back of his voice, and then it's just like, and that's the thing that bothered me, is it could have just been, there could have been a lot fixed with the consonants coming out clear. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's just, there's so, with Les Mis, it's like you got to get your consonants out, you know.
Yeah,
so,
I get you. That's a good point. I liked his performance because I felt like it was I felt like he showed a lot of emotion, but on the surface he always kept it like really controlled, which to me, I thought that was a good choice for Javert.
It's just funny because if you listen to his stars and then put Philip Quast from the 80s, it's like you can't even like
so good
compare. I mean, it's like insane, like the difference of like what you're of the feels. All the feels so good.
There are a lot of feels in that play, no matter who the cast is.
Yeah, so yeah, good. But I just, that one was hard to watch.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it was hard. Okay. I loved Mrs. Allen's sparkly fan.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I made a note of that too. I was like, ooh.
You know, I was like, so cute. It's so fun and sparkly. It's so cute. I love that. So that was so fun.
I loved the scene in the first ball they go to in Bath, try and go into the tea room, and they like grab that last seat to sit down, and how funny it was of like, let's walk in and be graceful and everything, and then like, oh, there's a seat, let's run to it as fast as we can, and it's like just so rushed and silly. I liked it.
I liked it too. I like movies that show like, because I know for Emma it's different, because in Emma they're like in their own little town kind of, you know, they're not in like the busy city of Bath. But I love like movies where you see like all these people like together, and it's like, you know, pretty packed, and I don't know, I think it's really cool, like to see the tea room, and like I'm like, oh, I wish I want to do that.
Yeah,
you know, sit in the tea room, and it'd be fun.
That would be, yeah, it makes it interesting, and it kind of makes you feel like you're in the room, because there's so much happening that, you know, that feeling where you're like, can't really see everything going on, you know. I like it. As far as the cast goes, the man who played John Thorpe, William Beck, to me, he just looks like a serial killer. I'm just pretty sure he would be the one to kill someone.
Yeah, I feel really bad.
Did you not get that vibe?
No, I did, but I feel really bad saying this.
Oh, because, say it.
Like, I don't want to
go
be
on.
rude.
I'm ready for it.
He looks like a piece of dough.
Pillsbury Doughboy is so offended right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like he's kind of, you almost wouldn't notice him. He's just there.
Yeah. He was a good John Thorpe, though. I mean,
that is the funniest way I've ever heard somebody described. He just looks like a piece of dough.
I mean,
you're not wrong.
No,
you guys, look him up, William Beck, and you'll see the human equivalent of a piece of dough.
Oh gosh, I know. Really did look like that. I don't know, but when Catherine and Tilney are dancing for the first time, I was like, oh, like so happy. I just loved it. I just thought it was so sweet. I'm just obsessed with Mr. Tilney. He's a man of God. He understands like muslin. So like when you go
He's
shopping, you can
fashionable.
like, yeah. So he
Hmm.
understands people. He makes fun of people, but he's also kind to people, and he loves books.
Yeah. I think I said this to him, I said this to Mr. Tilney this week in our letters, that I think one reason I really like him is because he's a perfect example of that, that, I don't know, allegory, alliteration, or not an alliteration, whatever metaphor, how they're like boiling water can soften potatoes, or it can make tea, or it can make hard boiled eggs. And it's just about
Mhm.
you, like how you choose to react to it. So he like had tough things happen in life, and he chose to come out of it being like, I'm going to be cheerful, and I'm going to like show joy, and I'm going to laugh and have a sense of humor and stuff like that. And he didn't get bitter, or he didn't choose to hurt other people how he was hurt in some way. That's so sweet, and it's just nice. It's just good clean fun, you know what I'm saying?
It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. And then Frederick did not choose that life.
No, he chose
But
to be a man whore and just break women's
uh-huh.
hearts, and it's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. It is sad. Sorry. I am
Listen, wake up,
tired
we're
today. I
recording
know.
here.
I know. I need to wake up. I need to wake up. I'm like, ugh. Um, but I really love is Eleanor and Henry Tilney's relationship, and I loved the Eleanor in
Mhm.
this one. I thought she was really good.
Yeah, I like how they found somebody who looked the part and portrayed the part really well, of kind of being older and mature, but still very sweet and jovial.
Hmm.
Because that's why she wanted to connect with Catherine. She like enjoyed her, but also saw some substance to her as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And I loved. Okay, so the line that Isabella says, "I'm sure we'll be the very best of friends" when they first meet. She was like super abrasive about it, and I
Hmm.
thought that that was really good because it shows that almost the like, and it's kind of sad, like the desperation that Isabella has to have a
Oh
friend
yeah. Yeah,
like
that's a good
that.
way to put that.
She is kind
Hmm.
of like just very I don't know, something's off with her and her family. And so I think she has that desperation to have, like a friend that she can kind of play a puppet to and all of that.
Yeah.
So,
And I liked how they poised Isabella against um Miss Tilney, and how like Isabella was always running off to talk to somebody or pulling Catherine with her. Like she was always darting everywhere.
mhm.
And then with with Miss Tilney, there's like, I always forget her first name. What is her first name?
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Oh my gosh, why do I have the hardest time with that? So with Eleanor, she's always like super steady and not like buzzing around. Like she'll kind of stay in the same place during the whole scene, whereas you see Isabella talking to multiple people coming in and out and things like that. And I thought that was such a simple way to depict the different like energies or attitudes about them, and then how Catherine always knew where she could find Eleanor and go to her. And then she was always either trying to catch up to Isabella or getting pulled along with her or something like that. It just
Yeah.
was cool. I liked that.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it too. I did too. It was a really like good depiction of it. And I loved their walks like together, the Tilneys with Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seemed like fun.
Yes. And I really let's go for walks. Actually, I
I
really love going for
know.
walks with people. I think it's such a great way to get to know somebody, spend
It
quality
is.
time.
Yeah,
And I also
it
would love to
is.
go. Oh, I heard your kitten.
Yeah, she's right over here. I don't know. She's so funny. So, anyway, what were you saying?
I really liked the scene where they went for the ride, the horseback ride with Catherine and Mr. Tilney, and he like showed her his house, and then it was raining and everything. So
Yes.
cute slash romantic slash I
I
want to live that.
know. It was really cute. And the mud thing was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
I know. It was very sweet. I
Do you
know.
ride
And then
horses?
I did. So I my aunt has a horse named Sunny, and so he's too old now, but I would like go she has a ranch, and so I would go and I would ride him sometimes. And so it was
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
it
good.
was
I
fun.
have friends with horses, and I'd always go riding with them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Here she is.
Hello, little cat. Hello.
Here she is. She's like, why do I have to get pulled on screen?
Oh my gosh, Claudia, I made a baby cry at work today.
Why is there a baby at work?
Well, so I work at a dentist office right now.
Oh, okay.
So the mom came in, and I think the baby was like 3 months old, like still quite small, 3 months, 4 months, something. And in this office, like everyone knows each other because they're all like longtime people, have gone there since they were kids and keep going as an adult. And so she brought her baby, and she was like showing it to me and another coworker that were there. And this baby was just the one that like sits there and stares at you and just watches everything and just is placid.
How old?
I think like 3 to 4 months. I'm not sure how old, but still.
Oh, really young.
Yeah. So this baby's just staring us down. And then it like looks at me, it makes eye contact, and I'm like really good at usually getting babies to smile. And so I was all like, hello, well, hello, baby, and like raising my eyebrows at it and everything. And then the baby just started bawling. And I was like, oh no. She looked at all of the ladies here and we're fine with them.
Well, no, but
you look at me.
Do you guys have to wear masks?
Yeah. So I
maybe
pulled it down a little bit for a second, but as soon as I pulled it down is when it started crying.
Oh, I would.
So it really was my face.
Who knows? He could have the baby could have had something going on with his stomach at that very moment. You know what I'm saying?
Let's say that.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we just have the baby use its words and then
let's have it on as our first guest. We'll interview the baby. Like, why did you cry when you saw me? Okay, what were you saying about horseback riding, mud in the rain, Mr. Tilney, something?
Oh, well, horseback riding, like I love it, but I'm also like terrified of it because
same.
Christopher Reeve.
Yes, but also just because those are beasts. Those are massive animals. And I did get thrown from a horse once and I survived, but it was very scary. And it was kind of a moment of me being like, this horse literally can take full control of this situation. Like,
where did you fall? How did you fall? Like what?
Well, so my friend, her mom had like this trail riding business, and she would like take people out on tours up in the mountains. So the horses are like kind of trained to just be like on the trail and follow the lead and things like that. But when you take them out for the first of the year after winter, they're out of shape and they kind of misbehave. And so you have to like break them in again. So we would always go and ride them a whole bunch at the beginning of spring and get them in shape so that she could put people on them and then take them out on a tour. So I was going with some friends, and the horse I was on was like all bossy pants and wanted to be in the lead, but it wasn't supposed to be. And so I had to like keep reining her in and like pulling her back. But she would like always like walk as fast as as she possibly could without like jogging or trotting or anything because I wouldn't let her. So she was just speeding to try and like catch up and like get into the lead, and then I'd have to like pull her back, and she was just being such a butt. So the whole time I knew I was like fighting her of like, no, pay attention to me, listen to me, don't try and get in the lead, I don't want you, all that stuff. But at one point we started running because we were trying to work him out. So we started like galloping and then got him into a run, and my horse got kind of close to the horse in front of it. And then it went total sea biscuit on me, and it got like so competitive and was like, I'm going to get into the lead. So it took off and started running so fast. And I was not a good enough rider to like handle how fast it was going. So I'm like trying to like rein it in without freaking out and making it totally lose control. And I'm just like, stay calm, just stay on this horse, just stay on this horse. And as soon as I got up right at level with the lead horse, it was like trying to compete with it. And that horse kind of misstepped a little bit and just moved, and it threw my horse off. So my horse did like a crazy misstep. And then it like stopped to catch its balance. And I just like, I just flew, and I tried to stay on it. And so I kind of like did a somersault off, and like in the process, the horse's leg hit my leg, and it like hurt like a freaking mofo. Like it ended up just breaking the cartilage that covers your bone, like that like thicker cover. And so I didn't break my bone, but it was like a little tiny mini thing.
So did you go forward?
Yeah, I like started to go forward, but I was holding on enough that I like rolled to the side and then almost went in front
Okay.
of the horse. And luckily the horse had stopped. So I like rolled in front of it and over to the other side that I fell off of. And my shoe went
Mhm.
flying. My shoe like went off in the bushes and we had to find it. But
Gosh, that's so scary because like it could have
it
been
was
way more
terrifying.
serious.
It really could have been so bad. I was like so blessed and protected. And then my friend had to like find my shoe for me and help me like make sure I was okay and then get me back on my horse. But I was so ticked at that horse the rest of the time. I was like, I'm not letting you go above a walk, like you son of a bee.
Yeah. Well, my first horse experience was horrible. So like I was 5 or 6,
Uh-huh.
and I can't remember where we were. It was like I think it was Montana. And I didn't like wearing jeans at the time. Like I hated it. Like I was in my I hate jeans phase because like they were so uncomfortable for me.
Uh-huh.
So I was like wearing sweats. So I was like on with sweats on. I was like sliding everywhere on the horse, because like of the sweats. And then the when we stopped, the horse like took off and then ran like under a tree and then like flung me. And so I was like laying on my back, like
Oh my gosh. That's so
and
scary.
yeah, it was really scary. And then when I got off the horse, there was this border collie, and at the time I had a collie dog, and I loved like her. She like would let you hug her, kiss her, do whatever, and like was always so sweet
Mhm.
to kids. So I tried to do that to this dog, and then the dog bit me.
Oh
It was a horrible day.
no. Dog is like, we are not playing.
Yeah, it was a horrible day. Horrible
Oh
day.
no.
Yeah.
You had a
So
border collie?
well, a collie, and then
Okay.
the border collie was the dog that was at the campsite. Mhm.
Oh, I had a border collie growing up and it was one of my favorite
Really?
dogs. Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah,
My
they're
mom had
good.
a border collie for a little bit, but she couldn't, like, it was too much work. Like, it was not, yeah. So she had to,
Yeah. They are high energy. You have to kind of be able to let them out and get out all their energy.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Mm.
but it would have been great if, like, all of the kids were still at home, to help with the dog. But yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
hard. It's hard. It's hard. Okay. So I really liked it made me sad though when at the ball when Tilney brought ice cream for him, Isabella and Catherine, and then sorry, Eleanor, Catherine, and him, and then
Yeah.
Catherine was stolen by Isabella, and he
Yeah,
comes
she
and he
pulls
like
her
had
away.
this. He had this extra one, and I was like, "Oh, so sad."
That was such a cute scene because I love how they played the comedy with that kind of sad, tender, almost embarrassing moment that would have happened, because he like walks up and he has
Mhm.
his face on like, well, I guess she's gone.
I know.
So cute.
It is so cute. So cute. Um, yeah, so but the proposal scene was really great.
Oh, I really loved how he came to her house and how they showed him with her family and her little
Mhm.
siblings making the comments of like him being like, I wonder if Catherine could show me the way to the Allen so I can say hello to them. And then the
Uh-huh.
sibling, the little brother or whatever's like, you can see their house from here. And the mom's like, darling, be quiet. Of course, Catherine can show you the way. And then that
Mhm.
scene when they do go out in the garden and they're walking to the Allens and he kind of like explains what happened and she's like, oh my gosh, I thought it was my fault. And he's like, no, that was a real
Uh-huh.
scene.
Yeah, and
Loved it.
I love that scene too. And I love that he reassures her. He's like, even though your
Hmm.
fantasies were a little bit wild, like you're not far off base. Like it
Yeah.
was, yeah, because he
Yeah.
married her for
Oh,
money and
hmm.
she thought it was for love. And
Yeah. That's such a validating experience to have with somebody where he's like, yeah, like you were a bit crazy, but you actually were right on this point.
hmm
So I
it
like
just wasn't
a
like
lot.
anything like murder or anything. It just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Murder. Um,
murder. Yeah.
one of my coworkers a couple years ago, every time we'd get mad, we'd be like, murder. We'd just yell it through each other. It's really
Oh
fun.
my gosh,
Gets it
that's
out of
so
you.
funny. Uh-huh. Yeah.
There was something else I was gonna say. Oh, General Tilney. I liked how they portrayed him in this one a
Me
lot,
too.
because he definitely had a creepster vibe, but it was also, I don't know, it just showed his arrogance of how he thought he could get his way of like, oh yeah, I'll just set up this scene and then I'll take advantage of her and get her for myself without actually putting in any work to really try and get her, you know? And then
Hmm.
obviously that didn't work out, but it just,
Hmm.
it added the, I think it was a good portrayal of his connivingness, but also his self-centeredness, you know?
Yes, very good. And I just, it's funny that because Frederick and General Tilney acted so similarly, and that
Yeah.
was good to like see that. I was like, oh, they're basically like the same person,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like
you
father,
know?
like son. That
Yeah.
apple and that tree. You know what I'm saying?
I know, and I just don't see how Isabella like found that attractive.
I mean, she must have just had her own damage she was dealing with, you know?
Well, and also the way that he portrayed General, sorry, the way that the actor portrayed Frederick, I just didn't like. I wouldn't have found that attractive, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah, he
know, but
definitely, in
then,
some of the other ones, he was like enticing, even though you could tell he was a bad boy. But in this one,
uh
not as much. Or at least it wasn't my type of bad boy. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. But then again, it's like I know girls go crazy for regimentals.
Regimentals.
Regimentals. Oh, I love a man in uniform. So yeah. So anyway, but that I mean that makes sense. But yeah, definitely like. But then again, here's the thing though. Here's the thing.
Tell me the thing.
Um, I, I as the reader and the observer know that there are better options than Frederick. So of course I'm gonna be like, oh, I just don't like see why she found that attractive. I'm not actually in the scenario, right? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like
Mhm.
different, but yeah.
Or maybe he was the type of guy where you see him and you're like, nah, but then you interact with them and you're like, oh,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
what is that? That's like a weird X factor that men have. And I don't
Uh-huh.
know how they get it, but some of them got it.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's kind of
Yeah.
delightful when you find a guy like that, because in my case, when you're dating somebody who's hot, everyone knows why you would be attracted to them, you know? But when you're dating somebody who's just like average, but he has like something really special about him, it's kind of nice being like, I get that side of him. I know it. I get it. And not
Yes.
everyone does. And that's kind of fun, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. For sure. It is.
That's why
Yeah.
I've dated some weirdos, because I enjoyed it.
It's okay.
Oh,
I have to. But
it just makes life more interesting. Okay,
it's funny.
so
I've been more, I think, like embarrassed. I guess is the word, or I don't know what the word is, but I definitely like by the guys that I've dated that are more like quote unquote textbook attractive. I've been
mhm.
more uncomfortable around my family with them as opposed to the guys that are not textbook attractive. I
Oh,
don't know.
interesting. Why? Were you
Yeah. I
uncomfortable
think
about what your family
um
thought of them, or what they thought of your family?
I would say it's more the arrogance of the guys that are like
Mm,
more attractive,
yeah.
you know?
Okay, I get you.
So, but it's not like I had like, I'm talking about like, I don't even know how many, not that many at all. Like one, maybe two. So I'm not like
Hmm.
talking about like a lot because I don't have a lot of the guys. I don't have them meet my family until, way
Yeah.
later. So it's not like, because
A
there's no
plethora of
point.
men you've brought home.
Like not hardly at all. So
Hmm.
anyway, yeah, but um yeah, definitely, yeah, I think there's definitely more of the arrogance in the guys that are like textbook attractive because they're used to it, right?
Yeah, they
Oh,
don't
I
have to
mean,
try as hard sometimes, and that can sometimes make them
yeah.
a little lazy.
But also I find that the ones that are textbook attractive are like way needier. Like,
Really? Oh,
yeah, like they need to be told how hot they are more. And I'm like, oh my God, shut up. Like, you know that you're attractive. What's going on?
I get that. I also have noticed the guys that are super like hot, general hotness, they're like really, they don't connect as well. It's harder to get to have a connection with them because I think they're okay with always finding somebody else to date because they're like going to be attractive, So they don't like have a deep connection as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, that is all I have for this movie. So
Me too. I really liked this one though. I enjoyed it. This is the first time I'd watched it, and it was good.
it's so cute.
Mhm.
I just love Northanger Abbey so much. I'm sad to leave.
I know it's been a good one.
It's so fun.
Well, on that note, should we do the quiz first and then wrap up our Northanger farewells with the book and the movies and all of that, or should we do that now?
Yeah. We can do the quiz first.
Okay. So our quiz for this week that we've decided on, I feel like it's a good one for Northanger Abbey, actually. It is another BuzzFeed quiz, create the perfect ball, and will reveal which Jane Austen guy will take you. So we get to decide the ball.
I know. So can we do screen sharing again?
Yes, let me get that little situation up and running. Screen share. Do my screen, right? Okay. Is it working? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first question. Where will the I can't talk. Where will the ball Oh my gosh. We're gonna do it again. Where will the ball take place? All right, we have some options. In an assembly room, in a private residence, or a local inn.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna do the inn.
Oh, I was leaning towards that too, or the private residence.
I think I'll do the inn because there's just something like fun and magical about a little inn.
That is cute. I'm gonna go with the private residence because the image in my head is just it would be a private residence. Okay. Do you want to read the next question?
Yes. Pick a dance style: country dance, cotillion, or the Scotch reel. Oh, I'm going to do a country dance with Mr. Bingley.
Yes, I'm doing country dance too. Love a country dance. Next one, pick a gown. Okay, so obviously these are pictures. There's some pretty ones. So it's all of like this Regency style cuteness.
Yeah.
The
I can tell
Empire
what
waist.
movie they're I can tell the majority of them I know what movie they're from. But yeah. Because the first one is from Becoming Jane. Second one is Emma, our favorite one with Ramona. Third one, what is the third one? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but it's a cute gown.
Yeah. The fourth one is Keira Knightley in the 2005. The next one, I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen it though. I feel like I've seen it.
The sixth one, isn't that Emma, the Gwyneth Paltrow one? Or is that something?
Are you talking about the gold? The gold?
Yeah.
I think that one is the I thought that was Jane from the 1990.
You're right. It totally is.
Yeah. Because then the next one is Lizzie in the 1997 or 5. I always forget if it's 5 or 7. Yeah. And then I don't know what the sixth one is. It's like the silver thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is either.
Yeah.
Your alarm's going off. But the last one is from
I took it off.
The last one is from Austen Land.
Okay.
So
okay.
Funny.
All right. I know. I know. I'm gonna pick the Emma one, the second one. I love that pink.
Okay, I'm gonna do. Here's the thing. I know it's not very accurate, but I'm going to pick the 2005 Lizzie Bennett one.
Keira Knightley one.
I just love that dress so much.
It's cute.
Okay.
Okay, pick some gloves. Ooh, some of these are like scandalous gloves.
Yeah.
I love how they say like via Amazon.com. Like,
Well, now we know we can at least buy them. Good.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna pick the white ones, the second ones,
The long
because
silk ones.
yes. So the first one is like these like lace ones that are fingerless, and there's like
Mm-hmm.
a thumb or whatever, and then the second ones are just like white ones that are normal, have the fingers on, and then they go to the elbow. The third one is the same thing but black, and then the fourth one, actually, it's funny, these are, I wore gloves like this one in the last show I was in, except black. They are
Ooh.
fingerless and have like kind of a lace on top of the hand, and then all the way
Mhm.
to like they're about quarter sleeve. And then the second to last one are gold, but they have, you know, um, what do you
They're
call
like
them?
a champagne-ish silk
Yeah, champagne.
gloves.
Yes. And then the last one are the lace, similar to the first one, but black, just
Yeah.
fingerless. So I think, yeah, I was struggling with either the champagne or the white, but I think I'll do the white.
I love
What are you thinking?
I love the champagne ones, but I'm going to go with the little lacy short gloves with the fingers out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, next, pick a hair accessory. Now, obviously, this is not as fun to just hear us explain. So there's different
I
ones
know.
of like peacock feather, pink bow, flowers in the hair, different things like that.
Uh-huh.
I personally am going to choose one that looks as if it is a slender, dainty looking gold laurel leaf in your hair. And I'm going to choose that
Yeah.
one.
And that's
What
the
are you
first
choosing?
one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm choosing the one, two, three, I guess the fourth one. So it's below, right below that. And it's more of
Oh,
like
like the baby's breath, white
the
lace.
baby's breath. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's very cute. I
I
like
like
it.
that one.
Okay.
Okay. Pick how you'll spend most of your time: eating,
Ooh.
dancing, performing, playing cards, chatting, or flirting. Ooh, flirting.
Heck yes. You can do all those things while you're flirting. So I'm
I
choosing
know.
flirting. Ah, I miss
Oh
flirting
my
in big groups
God.
of people. Okay.
I know.
How long will you stay at this ball? Not very long as your friends do until everyone else leaves. Mine is for sure until everyone else leaves. I'm notorious for staying till the party ends
Really?
and after. Yeah. Even when I'm going to a party being like, you guys, I'm not going to stay long. I always stay until everyone leaves.
That's funny. I'm gonna do
Oh,
as long as your friends do.
okay.
Oh my God! Wait. So you
Who
got
did you
Mr. Darcy.
get?
I got Mr. Bingley.
Oh, best friends.
Yay!
I just screamed really
Yeah.
loud. That was weird. Yeah, I got Mr. Darcy, even though Darcy doesn't love dancing. He's not bad at all. Also, like he's Darcy.
I
Um,
know.
that
So
is
I
funny.
have, mine says he's a charming, enthusiastic dance partner, which I totally think like me and Bingley could like be down for the count. Like we would be like jamming
Oh,
out all night.
yeah. Oh, you totally would charm Mr. Darcy, Mr. Bingley. Totally.
Bingley. Yeah. I would, yeah, he's a cutie.
Oh, they got the
That's
picture
so
of
funny
Darcy
that
where
we
he's like
got
giving googly eyes to Lizzie
uh
across the room. Oh,
and
love it.
his eyes are all twinkly. Oh my God, I can't. Like, so
So
cute.
cute. Okay, here's the thing. I think Mr. Darcy and Mr. Thornton from North and South have the same element where it's like they're such like so serious that the scenes where they soften and they actually smile, it's like so hot because you're just like, oh my gosh, they haven't given that to everyone, you know?
Yeah, I
Super
know.
cute.
Because he doesn't smile until the very end
Yeah.
when they get married.
So cute. So
So
you're
cute.
taking Mr. Bingley. I'm gonna take his best friend, Mr. Darcy, and we're gonna have so much fun at this ball.
I know. And we're going to all be making fun of Darcy the whole time.
Uh-huh. I'm really good at making fun of guys that I like.
Telling him what a poo he is.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. All right. Oh my gosh,
But
that was
that's like
cute.
that's like so funny that we got those people because
Mhm.
it leads perfectly into next month.
I know. That is so perfect. It's like we planned it, but we didn't.
We did it.
Oh, you guys. Okay, so that is
yeah, because
so right. That is so perfect.
I feel like you're definitely more of a Lizzie and I'm more of a Jane. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I definitely think so.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that's pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm. I'm not like I'm too nice. Like I'm way too nice.
And I like rocks and mountains more than men. Just kidding. I don't at all. But that is so funny because this being our last Northanger Abbey episode, we are diving in to the oversaturated world of Pride and Prejudice. I love some Pride and Prejudice, but sometimes I get a little resentful because I'm like, why does Pride and Prejudice get all the freaking attention?
I know.
You know, like there's just so many things about it. And it is a good story, so obviously it should get some attention. But there's so many books that are amazing. Like why doesn't Northanger Abbey have more attention?
Yeah, well, I will say though the spin-offs of Emma are more popular than, and like I don't know any. Like I mean, I guess but like I don't think that there's like a spin-off of Pride and Prejudice that's like mainstream. Like Clueless is like a lot of people don't know that is based off of Emma. You know what I'm saying? So like it can stand on its own. But then like with Pride and Prejudice, there's like what Pride and Prejudice. Well, never mind. I lied. Bridget Jones' Diary. I lied. Yeah. Never mind. Forget it. Ignore me.
Stop lying to our listeners, Claudia. They'll know.
Ignore me.
But yeah, oops. So we're gonna it's okay. I mean, what is this podcast about if not two women that just say something and then later say actually?
Just kidding. At least we're dealing with fantasy and not real people. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's really a good decision on our part. So Northanger. Cute Northanger. You said that this was your favorite book out of James, right? And I had never read this book. I have a couple chapters left before I finish it, but I also had never watched any of the movies. Like I was absolutely clueless when it came to Northanger.
Yeah.
So this has been a fun season. This has been a fun month. And just like a takeaway, you having read the book multiple times and watched all the movies, what's like your farewell statement to Northanger, like your takeaway from it or what you love the most?
What I like is that it's definitely good, I think, to trust your instincts about people and to really like kind of go with your gut reaction, but also important not to over fantasize what really is happening. I think that that's important, but I also think it's definitely okay though to escape into other realities, but just also still be in touch with your reality.
Yeah,
you know,
that's good.
Yeah, that's kind of my takeaway with it. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
What about you?
Well, thank you so much for asking. I just really enjoyed it because I found it to be such a relatable storyline. You know, like who hasn't made a dumb decision with their friends or in dating just based off of getting carried away in something? And the whole idea of having like these ideas in our head of how things are going to be versus the reality of it, and having to kind of like rein ourselves in and be like, okay, so maybe my expectations should be changed, or maybe my behavior needs to be changed, or even just her like figuring out that like that line in it that Mr. Tilney says she hasn't yet learned that people aren't as good as she is. You know, like those ideas of you go out in the world and you kind of realize the shortcomings of people. Yeah, like the shortcomings of people, the manipulations, but then you also meet the good people as well. I just think that is such a relatable, timeless story. And then it's just made fun with how imaginative she is and how silly she is and how cute and complicated. I like it. I think it's really, really simple, but it actually has like some deeper layers to it, which I am all about the layers.
The Lars.
Love those Lars. Um, oh
Yeah,
gosh.
for sure.
Ah,
For sure.
okay, so
Yeah.
Northanger, it was fun. We'll do it again sometime.
I know. Well, and Tilney is great because he doesn't like mock her or make fun of her for her fantasies. Like I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of guys would with her. He like thinks
Mhm.
it's fun and it's an endearing part of her, which is so endearing, and
Yeah.
but he kind of like brings it back into. And so he is like gonna be the best dad.
Oh yeah, because he would like let his kids play and be silly, but then also
Mhm.
teach them to not be crazy.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing I liked in the movie is when he like had the apples and he was like throwing them down to Eleanor and Catherine and they were like catching them in their dresses. That was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like a really cute dude.
hmm hmm
I
Yeah.
like him.
And
And he
it's
has
good. It's
amazing
good to
eyes.
see. Yeah. It's good to see like when you're interested in a guy, if they have a sister, like, and just how they treat the woman in their life, like it's
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very telling thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
Mhm.
telling. So anyway, I'm sad to leave the Abbey, but it's okay.
I've even heard her
It's
singing
not
in
like
the
we don't have enough.
Abbey.
It's not like we won't have enough to talk about next month because
Oh my gosh, we'll have too much to talk about.
I know I'm already overwhelmed. I'm like,
But like we're excited, you guys, but like it's overwhelming.
yeah. I
There's
just
just
think
so
it's
much
so
material to cover.
yeah, there is. It is overwhelming. But I just feel it's just funny because this like Darcy is cool and everything, but also he's like such a
I don't
jerk.
I don't think I would like Darcy in real life, if I'm
I
being
don't
honest.
either.
And we're gonna talk all about it next month, but I don't think I
Yeah.
would like him.
No, I don't. Like
Anyway.
I don't know. I think that we would be all about Mr. Bingley, like for sure.
Yes.
He's such a
Mhm.
sweetheart and he's rich and
Yeah.
yum. So
And he dances. He must
I
see us dance. He
know.
must.
He is
Oh,
like, yeah, he's such a good host. He is definitely like the president of the frat club or whatever, like so
yeah.
fun.
The life of
So
the
fun.
party.
hmm
Oh my
All
gosh.
right.
Okay. Let's wrap this up a little bit
Yes.
with
Our highlights and lowlights.
yes, that's exactly
Okay.
what I was gonna say too.
Good, good. So let's start with a low light. What's your low light?
Um, so my low light is I just okay, like at the risk of sounding desperate, I just really stop it. Stop laughing at me. Ah, okay,
Oh
I
my God.
just am like hungry to go on a fun date where you just flirt and laugh. Like I just
Mhm,
want to go on fun dates, you know?
mhm,
And
mhm.
I miss that a lot. So I'm just feeling like super deprived and being like, why isn't that just something I can do right now, you know? So
Yeah.
I've obviously been like trolling all of the dating apps to be like, who can I get? And I really now I'm saying this out loud. I should just ask one of my friends to be like, can we just go on a date and flirt all night and like no pressure, but let's just flirt, you know? I'm gonna do it.
Well, why
I'm
don't
gonna
you
call up my friend.
sign up for and be a member for Talkify and then you can go on dates like occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's what I did. Granted, I've only been on like one match with one person, but I did get a phone
Yeah.
call about another person and then she never called me back.
Okay.
So I was like, ugh. But anyway,
Hmm.
but like be a member and then like might get a call about
That's a
someone
good
in
idea.
your
I've never
area.
considered trying that one, so maybe I should.
Yeah, or just look at matchmaking services and see, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get that date. I'm gonna have a freaking romantic fun date if it kills me. And it might, because you never know. You could go on a date with a
Oh,
serial
that's true.
killer.
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
uh,
Yeah,
hey, tell me
he's
your low light.
fine. He's fine. I just have like a pile of laundry to do, and like I don't
Oh,
have a washer and dryer here. So it's not like if I did, I would have had like my clothes in the wash, like as we're talking, like it's just like super annoying. So I need to go to the mat and get that done. So that's my low light.
Yeah, I get you.
Super. Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, you start to run out of clothes. And so it's like,
Yeah. I feel like it always hits you faster than you think. Like you're like, okay, I can make it till this day when I'll have time. And then you're like, oh no, I underestimated how fast I needed this. So
I know.
Well, I hope that you get that done soon and it's not a huge headache.
Yeah, I know.
We'll
see.
Tell me about the highlight of your week.
So my show on Sunday closed, and so I am like so happy to be done with that show. That weird show. Weird show. So that was nice that it is like chapter done and it is complete and it is in history. So
good job. You worked hard at it. Keep a good attitude and to do a good job. You did it.
Yeah, I did. And I don't know about my attitude being good, but I kept it to myself.
Which is good. Sometimes you gotta just power through it. So good job there. On to the next thing. My highlight this week is, if you were following us on Instagram, you would have seen I went on a run. I have a half marathon that I am running beginning of June, and I have to get serious about it. So I did a long run with a friend. We did a river trail run, and oh my gosh, it actually felt so good. Like it was painful, but it felt really, really good. And even now I'm like 2 days out from it and my body is still like really sore. But every time I like stand up and it's sore, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I did such a good job on that run. And it makes me like really happy. So sometimes the pain is a reminder.
Yeah. And Spokane is so fun. Washington is so fun to run in. It's like gorgeous there.
Oh, and right now the weather is perfect. It's so beautiful out. So so grateful for this place I live.
I know. Anyway. It is definitely, the song, God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You. That's the Pacific Northwest.
I thought you were going to say that was about me, but fine. The Pacific Northwest too. That is such a good song. Throwback.
I know. It is such a good song. God must have spent a little more time on you. But that is a really good like compliment to give a girl that's sweet,
Yeah. And if you sing it to her, sweet. I bet she'll love you even more. Yeah. Well, depending on the setting.
I know. However many men actually listen to us, so
I think there's 3. But those 3 men are getting valuable knowledge.
Let's have men comment below. Just tell us that you're a listener and we'll do a count, because according to our Anchor app, let's do a little data. Let's do a little data. All right. So analysis. Let me go down. We have there's the age. All right, 79% female.
Not surprised.
19% male and 1% non-specified. Ooh, the mystery.
Oh. The mystery.
Ooh. So anyway,
19%, huh? Any of you guys want to take me on a romantic date?
That'd be fun.
I just miss dating,
I know. I know.
I'll survive.
I need to get back out there too. I was pretty good in January, and then it's just exhausting.
It's just a wave. No, you have like energy to like really go and do all the dates, and then you kind of have to crash where you're like, I need a little bit of a break, and it goes back and forth. Okay. But I'm just on that note, you guys, thanks for listening to us this week. We had so much fun in Northanger. We hope you enjoyed it as well. Please make sure that you're following us on all the platforms. We have Facebook, we have Instagram and YouTube, where we are under Tea with Claudia and B. Make sure that you subscribe to our podcast as well. That makes it much easier for us to get all the information of how many men listen to us, and then just produce more podcasts. Also on Anchor, on Anchor. If you feel so inclined, there is an option where you can send us a voicemail or an email directly. You can also donate to the cause of Tea with Claudia
Give us
and
your
me.
money.
Money must be funny in a rich world. Yeah, that's all the things. And then what else? Is there anything else about it?
I don't think so.
We got all the
No.
deets there. Okay, well, like
Thanks.
and subscribe. Leave us a comment if you're listening to this episode. Leave us a comment of who you want to go to the ball with.
Yes.
Which Jane Austen person you want to be your date.
Ah.
And we will see you next week for our first episode of Pride and Prejudice.
Whoa, crazy. All right. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, voice record off and YouTube. See you later.
Farewell.
Bye.